windshield out. This is what I preach about a lot. I don't know. I would assume it wasn't the original windshield, but it was definitely an old school windshield. But this is where it's pre-cancer, some mild cancer. See, it all looks good. I mean, here's a spot right here. It's cancer. It's a little spot right here. Just rust it all up in there. The rest is fine. Whole dash is fine there. Let's go to the other side. Same spot, bottom corner. Some cancer starting. This side, top's good, unlike the other side. The other side had cancer right here. See, all that's good. Just need to be cleaned up, painted, and sealed. So, yeah. This right here was all this here, and a little bit of cancer on the other side. It's one of your worst areas to be dealing with on the pillars. Very hard to deal with. If you got to cut a section out or anything, it's a lot of curves. You got, you know, three different layers here. So let's clean some up. Got a hole there. And this is what it looks like when you get all the soft rust out. So I'm gonna have to chop this, square it off, rectangle it off. Then I'm going to have to make this piece, which you'll have this, a bend here, a bend here, and weld it in right there. That'll be my challenge. The other side. Right there. So this one will probably just cut inside right here. Put a piece in there. I could probably plug weld that, but it'd take a lot more heat. And just tacking the plate in. So other than that, it's pretty good. All that was surface rust, like up here, I haven't done yet, but all this I got off. That was about to get a whole lot worse. So that's the challenge before I can primer it, seal it up, and paint it up. That's why I didn't paint the roof, because see, I didn't want a line right here. I want to make sure that this all gets primered together. This all gets painted and sealed together. So you can see this white here. This is the original, I believe. That's white. You see it right here. Definitely in factory. So, sad part is that somebody had the window out at one time and painted this, but didn't do anything for this rust areas. But other than that, it's in good shape. Hopefully get that done. Get this thing finished up on the road. It all cut out, so now it's be a lot easier. Just have to make a piece that has a little bow, like a 90-90. So there's only a small portion of this that gets seen, about 1 inch wide. As you can see, the trim of the rubber seal covers and the trim covers. So, but Yeah. So next thing I do is cut that, and the reason why I stopped was because I was having a hard time getting this top cut with this disc. So what I went and did is got a newer one. That's a new one. It's a little bit bigger in diameter, as you can see. It's new. That gave me the reach I needed, and I didn't cut all the way through because I don't want to disturb this side. Even though it's got rust, it's still strong steel. So I'm gonna clean that up. Probably get some cardboard, make a template. This one I'm gonna plug weld. It's just a little tiny hole. I got all the weak metal out. So, this other side I gotta work on next. So I changed my mind on this one. I decided I'm gonna plug weld. It's a big hole on which I can plug weld, but no problem. But I really don't want to cut this. This corner's still good, or it wraps around. I was gonna just put a flat piece in here, but I'd want to come down to here. There's a lot of area where the metals combine. There's 3 layers. You see that? There's 1, 2, 3. So the goal would be to take this top layer off. That's this piece here, but I'm going to attempt a plug weld first. This seems really strong. I did the screwdriver test. I took the wire wheels to it. So I'm going to see when I make this, if it melts really quickly, that tells me the metal's too soft. But if it don't, it holds up, I'll just finish plugging that. And that's it. It's just those 2 parts. I'm kind of looking at this here. This seam, it looks like a crack, but I believe it's this paint here, the original. See right there. Initially, I thought maybe the metal, the seam or whatever, cracked right there, but the other side I grounded down. I'll show you. And it wasn't the metal, so it's tricky. So you see here, I grinded it down. The metal's not cracked, so the other side is the same. What it is that's the original layers, which is thick enough to where it looked like it cracked, just like right there. That looks like metal crack. That's not. So, make this plate. So what I'm doing here is flatten this out here, putting it on here, tracing it, then I'm marking where the bends are. So good thing I double check, because that mark is wrong. The bend needs to come down, so this side is correct, but I made it longer because it's a lot easier to do bends when you got extra to hold on to and hand bend and all that. So when I do like a hard corner 90, I'll use a hammer, sledgehammer, whatever on the vise. When I want to do a rounded corner, I do it by hand. I won't use a hammer. Sometimes I'll use a hammer to start it, but I'll use my hands. So the metal I measured, it's about 030, 035. It's in that range. This is 030 here, which I first grabbed a thicker sheet, but it's using this thinner. That's why it's 3 plies, I guess, but this will make it easier to bend, so there's no reason I need to go heavier steel for that, as this bends are going to make it pretty strong. Also, I don't want it too thick because the lip will be uneven, but that's where the window seal is going to be sliding over quite a bit of this. I believe it's like this whole entire piece right here, so a good third of it. But now I'm just going to cut out the big piece here and then work on these bends here. I'm going to remark this one, bring it down, match this one. So I'm probably going to just go get a square and square this off. So. Making progress, slowly welding in, trying to keep the heat down. So I already did the first initial tack, so now it's going to go and fill those there. Then I'll move down to this one. That's just a plug weld. So yeah, it's getting there. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to be using the fiberglass filler. I intentionally made this just a little bit low because this piece has a slight bow. So we'll be able to get some in right here. We'll do it this whole section. Not really caring. I don't care about this. I mean, the seal's going to come up to about right there on here, but we're slowly get it all ready, prepped, sanded. Let's put the base coat on, smoke gray. See how this turns out. If we get it covered today, as long as the weather cooperates and the wind don't kick up, we'll be all right. Get some tree movement. We'll see here in the next hour. First coat down. We're gonna do maybe 3 coats. So, I don't know, starting to sprinkle, so this will be interesting. Got it painted, unmasked, and big problem. Same manufacturer, same label, same name, smoke gray. See the problem? First smoke gray I did, the new one. Color difference. So that sucks. This is stage 1. I still got to wet sand and put the urethane clear on it. This is enamel, it's the Rust-Oleum. That's what I did on this. So this one I used the rattle can, then I used the urethane clear. That's exactly what I'm gonna do on this top, but I may put skulls, or I don't know yet. I'm probably gonna end up sanding this. I think I got 2. Maybe I have to get 1 more can to be for sure. Get this sand prepped ready, and then take the can and hand spray it so they match. I was gonna do that before this started setting up, but the issue I got is I think there's 2 runs. One right, kind of right here. I used tape to get that down. So, and then there's one on the side. So if I rattle can the gunmetal, this is gray, and it's not even the gunmetal or smoke gray, whatever. I mean, that's just gray, so they lied. So they got the can screwed up, mislabeled, what happened, but that sucks. So if I spray this and I do any sanding, you'll see this, you know, if I go through that. So I'll do all the sanding, and then I'll do a final coat with this, and then before that sets up, I'll spray the urethane, which you can do. So you have 2 options. If you can get this as it's flashed, you can urethane it, or you have to let this completely cure up, and then you can light sand and clear.